Welcome back, everybody. It's time. It's time for another episode of the Filthy Forester. Today, hopefully, is finally the day. It's Friday after work, and we've got a few hours, so we're gonna try to get the engine tranny into the Forester.
We're gonna slam that into that.
Exactly. Stay tuned. This may take us a few tries, so time lapse. All right, so far so good. Plopped right down in there for us. We did this. It went in. So now we're
Can you start into this?
Did you leave me hanging?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
That's cool.
Anyway, we're gonna try to get this thing out of the way, and then probably axles, and then plug stuff into other stuffs.
Yeah.
Onward and upward.
We'll go with that.
People swing when they rock. First step, get the chain out the way, I guess. All right. All right. Sweet. AC. I hope the AC works. I have no idea if it works. Oh gosh. Not very good at this yet. Yet is optimistic. All right, it's torqued. That's spec. How does this go? Hey. There it is. Looks close. Oh, look at that. Yeah. We're doing things. Am I lined up? Probably not. Oh, I was. Boom. So now we should probably put belts on. I think we're pretty much bottomed out. Look like it. Try to spin it on.
Yeah.
Then have to turn the motor over.
Oh, this pulley here will spin?
No, that'll spin.
Yeah, that will, but it's not going to drive the belt with it.
I'm saying it might just tighten
Oh.
it. Boom.
I'll get my finger pinched in there.
I'll get my finger pinched in there. Look at Dad being around the block once or twice.
Still not on there. Mark is still out there. got something lined up ready to go.
There you go.
Woo! There's been a couple things in
Look at that.
my ears.
Never doubted you. Okay. I think we did some things.
We did things.
Progress is being made.
What's up, guys? It's the next morning. We made a lot of good progress last night, and hopefully we're going to keep that rolling into today. Unfortunately, Andrew had to work this morning, but he gets off at noon, so that's exciting. But until then, it looks like I'm going to be all down here all by my lonesome. So I guess I'm just going to start pecking away and see what we can do. Stay tuned. Guess I'm just going to start trying to put stuff back together, plugging stuff into things. That's my plan. So, like power steering. The reservoir needs mounted. Oh, I didn't leave myself much room to do it. Looks like a 10s. Sorry if this isn't the greatest angle, but there's really not much to see here. It's just two bolts to hold on the little power steering reservoir thing. There we go. Alright. Now I can snug these back down. What's next? Just gonna start hopefully being able to read my labels and plugging stuff back in. So these look like heater core hoses. Bottom, presumably top. Top, okay, sounds good. Oh, these ones, they get like little screws in there. I don't put normal hose clamps on those because those are so. Let me see if I have regular size, like appropriately sized hose clamps. I hope you guys can see that. I did find some hose clamps. I'm just gonna use normal hose clamps rather than those goofy, weird clip things. These are just kind of difficult to reach. It would help if I weren't a hobbit, but you know. Gotta make do, you know? Just snug it up. Oh yeah. Those should not be going anywhere. Ta-da! Let's try this mess of fuel lines next. There are 3 of these fuel lines here, and they go to these 3 little nipple things. So hopefully I can read these labels still. This one says bottom fuel, top fuel, and maybe middle fuel? That's my guess. I'm gonna go, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Bottom, top, and middle. So this one's bottom, and it still has a nipple or a plug in it. Okay, bottom. Bottom. Okay, this one's top, so I'm gonna call this one middle. Also has a plug in it. Okay, so that one was middle. Phillips head. It's not the one I was doing, might as well loosen that as well. Phillips head. There she goes. Okay, and then top. Top fuel. Plug. Whoa, there's still fuel in it. Ah. Okay. Sweet. Now I'm gonna tighten those clamps back down, pull the labels off. It's shaping up to be a gorgeous day out, but it's just really early right now, so it's still kind of cold. So I'm struggling with dexterity. So if I look, oh, there we go. If I look even more clumsy than usual, that's my excuse. This bottom one just has one of those little pinchy clamps. Pinchy clamps. That's probably the technical term. Slide the pinchy clamp in there. That's good. Make sure it's behind the barb on the nipple. Get a little bit farther just in case. There we go. Now tighten these 2 Phillips head clamps back down. Looks pretty snug. See if I can slip this. There's like a big sheath on this one, so I can slide it over the corner. There we go. That looks good. Everything looks happy there. Sweet. All right, what's next? Hopefully this is a halfway decent view for you guys. Looks like I'm just gonna start plugging stuff. So, got alternator stuff. I don't know if you can see this, but I've got starter wire, some vacuum lines. Yeah, just gonna start putting stuff in. So I'll start with the alternator. Snug that down. Beautiful. Make sure my boot is on there nice. Okay. Oh yeah. Nice and pretty. Okay. This kind of snakes back through here, so there's no way you guys can see, so I'm sorry. This is the starter ground. I believe it goes in this little bracket thing. I gotta get the power to the starter. I just did the ground, but the power is kind of like, you know, way on the back of the solenoid. And yeah, it's kind of hard to reach. In hindsight, I probably should have done that before the heater core hoses. But I'm pretty much Captain Hindsight. It's never foresight. Doesn't seem. Okay, there's that. It's nice. It's nice, satisfying click. Hopefully they all give me that. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that. Probably zip tied. Oh yeah, I remember. I broke this little clip thing. So once this is, I know this is where it goes. I'm gonna zip tie that up somewhere. All right. Sweet. So now I guess I'm gonna put these covers on. Okay. So I have these like accessory belt covers, I guess you would call them. I'm just gonna put these where it looks like they want to be. I don't remember exactly where they go, but it looks to me like that. I mean, it just looks too happy to not be correct, you know? So I'm assuming that one goes in there first, like that. And this looks like it just slides right on there. No idea where that bolt is. I'll have to check our drawer. Maybe it's hopefully accurately labeled somewhere. That might be wishful thinking, knowing me. Looks good, and then now I'm gonna go look for whatever bolt goes in here. I don't have very high hopes that I'm gonna find it, but I'll let you know. Alright, well guys, I don't think I found the bolt, but I found a bolt. And there you go. Seems to do the trick. It's using an 11mm head, which is kind of odd. I don't know what this came off of. Or maybe it came off of this and I just put it in the wrong spot. I have no idea. Honestly, I never do. But yeah, it does stick through the bottom a little bit, but from what I can tell, it's not in any like danger of coming anywhere close to the belts. I mean, if it shreds a belt, I'll be sure to let you guys know so you know not to do what I always do. But I think you've probably learned that by now. Don't do what I do. So, what's next now? Maybe drive shaft or something? I don't know. Let me look around. Okay, so I looked around a little bit, and I think a logical next step would be this like top torque mount thing, engine mount. I don't know. There's probably a word for that. Sorry, Subaru guys. And then maybe try to figure out the throttle cable stuff. And then I'll reevaluate again. Put the little radiator mount tab things on. Looks like they just slip right over there. Sweet. I think that's pretty good. So what's next? I guess I should like connect hoses and stuff. Boom. Okay, before I tighten that, I'm gonna go ahead and connect everything. So there's a lower radiator hose, and then there are two hoses that I think are from the, like for transmission cooler, I think. Like they go and connect into the bottom. But I'm not gonna try to get the camera down there because there's really nothing to see. Like I'm literally just gonna slip hoses onto that and then tighten up hose clamps. So probably gonna go ahead and cut this. All right, guys. Got the tranny cooler, I'm assuming those are, lines under there, and they're, what are they called? Hose clamps, hose clamped on. Got the lower radiator hose and hose clamp on. Time to tighten up this upper radiator hose clamp thing. Not go crazy with it. Okay, I believe that means the radiator is in. So that's cool. What else is there, guys? I'm sure I'm forgetting all kinds of stuff. You're probably laughing at me right now. But for the time being, I don't see the steps that I'm forgetting. So I think the Jehovah's Witnesses are here for their like every other Saturday conversion fest. So I'm gonna pause this, stop this video so I can talk to them. I will be back. All right. Super nice guy. He always comes by probably every weekend, maybe every other weekend. It's nice to chat with him. But anyway, back to this. I think I'm gonna wait to put on the airbox. I'm gonna wait till Andrew gets home from work and like let him give it a once over and be like, did we forget anything before I like, you know, make it much more difficult if we did. So I'm gonna put it up and think about maybe putting in axles or maybe drive shaft, maybe exhaust. I don't know. Probably drive shaft, maybe axles. We will see. We're gonna put it up in the air. Okay, you guys might end up getting a laugh out of this. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to put the drive shaft in. This may end up having to wait until I have help. But I'm gonna give it a go. These things should make it easier though. Okay. Alrighty. Ow. Okay, so like that. Alright. Check this out. Okay, we're in business. Still gonna put this up there because it makes me feel safer. Actually, what if I just get with this? Wow. Is that there? Is that where I need to be? Let's see if I can put a bolt in. Am I in my own way now, though, with this? Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Check that out. Let me get this one started. There it is. Oh, yeah. No idea how tight those need to be. I'm gonna go with fairly tight. That's fairly tight. That's fairly tight. Okay. Wrong way. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys back there and I'm gonna try to put in the drive shaft bolts in the back there. So now, we've got to put these bolts in, which I think are over here. Which way does the nut face? I imagine the nut faces back, right? Oh, a spider. Is he alive? Oh, he is alive. Oh, okay. All right, putting gloves on. Got to get him out of there. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guy. Did I get him? No, I didn't. He's still in there. Okay. Okay, I think he's gone. Sorry, friend. We can't coexist here. I hope you guys can see this. If you want to, I don't know. I don't know if this is entertaining or not. Watching me be confused.
If nothing else, you're probably used to it by now.
And last one. Oh yeah. Okay. There should be a bolt on the next one. Oh yeah, we're golden. So this should no longer need to be here. Sweet. Drive shaft installed. Right on. All right, guys. So while I'm already right here, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the rear diff. Like I said, I have new gear oil for both diffs. I read on a forum one time, like a horror story where someone drained their diff from the little drain plug thing and then couldn't get the fill plug open, so then they just like had a drain diff and were screwed. So in case you ever do anything like this, make sure you can move your fill plug before you crack your drain plug. So I already cracked them both loose to make sure, but just something to think about. Something I never would have thought about, so I was happy when I read that, you know? Andrew's home.
Hi.
And while we were draining the diff, we noticed that like this little heat shield for the exhaust, yeah, that's no bueno. It looks like the bolts ripped through it. I don't know if you can see the holes in it, but we're just gonna tack it back into place because
Hopefully gonna tire it back down.
yeah, we're probably actually gonna put a lot of holes in it, but Andrew's a master welder. I have utmost faith.
I just hope it's not like some sort of aluminum weirdness.
Look at that! Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Sturdy as could be. Sweet. We need a cheesy thumbs up, but we haven't had one yet this video. Thumbs higher. There it is. Alright, well, looks like we're gonna have time to try to start filling some stuff back up, put it back together, so I think I'm just gonna prime the oil filter and the transmission fluid filter and put those in so that when we lower it back down, we can go ahead and fill everything up and be ready to go. Rock on. I intentionally put that on loosely.
Apparently not.
Yeah. So that went pretty well. We've got diff oil in the rear. I don't know if we filmed that or not. We primed the transmission fluid filter, which is the Subaru automatic transmission fluid filter. We primed the oil filter, but before we can fill the front diff, we need to drop this thing down and slam some axles in it. And after the axles, I think we're ready to fill it up and see if she cranks. So, wish us luck. I don't know much about this. I'm just gonna clean these off a little bit. And then, oh, spider! Oh, I do not like spiders. Okay, let me clean these off a little bit. And I'm just gonna throw a little bit of grease on each side. So I'll show you that when we get it on there. And then I'm gonna try to slide it in and see what happens. Okay, there we go. We've now resorted to popping the tie rod off, so hopefully this can rotate more. And we've got the axle slid in that side, now we're just trying to get it to seat into the wheel side. So, oh my god. Yes, I know. Yeah, no, okay. Alright, we'll try. We're just gonna keep taking things apart until it goes in there. Okay, wow, that turned into a nightmare. What'd we do, Andrew? We did honestly our specialty.
Lots of this.
First of all, explain why the axle is longer, right?
I don't know if it's the correct axle. I don't know if this is how this is supposed to be.
Lots of this.
but
Lots of this.
plenty of that. More where that came from. We're not sure if this is how it's supposed to be, but we're able to get the passenger side axle in.
Pretty easily.
Yeah, really not that bad.
Not taking any suspension components apart at all.
Literally just the 2 bolts from the knuckle to the strut
Here,
tower.
I don't know if you can see these, but these.
But this side, you have to take the whole freaking hub off. And we mean, like, yeah, off. And that was a nightmare.
Stupid. And we destroyed things.
We're not sure if that's how that's supposed to be, but that's what we had to do.
Yeah, we're hoping that now it goes back together nice and smooth.
Yeah. Hopefully we just push it right back in place now.
All right, what do you got to say for yourself, dude?
That turned into a huge pain in the
Rear.
but we think the axle nut is finally on. The axle's in, the axle nut is on. We're just gonna stake it. These are stake nuts, in case anyone was wondering. I think that's pretty good.
Perfect.
Whew! What's next? Once over the engine bay, fluids.
Yeah, we'll
Try to crank it.
exhaust. Still need to put the exhaust on.
Needs that. Okay.
But yeah, we'll lower it down, go over the engine bay, put the air box and whatnot back in. As long as we think that's all good to go.
Hunky dory.
And yeah, about to try and fire this thing.
Getting excited. Time for fluids. Thank you. There it is. 2 gallons. No, most of 2 gallons.
Got that Castrol GTX. Magnetech.
We also got a new air filter. This thing's gonna be minty fresh. I hope it runs. Really needs washed. Fresh as a daisy until I touched it. Oh, there we go. I was being dumb. This was caught up. New box. Probably not losing any torque through this rig. That seems snug enough.
Yeah, it's in our box.
Boom! Forester!
Cheesy thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. We've got a battery in it. We've got everything plugged up and turned on and plumbed, and cool things are hopefully about to happen.
I hope it starts.
We hope it starts. Starter hooked up wrong.
Hear that?
Yeah. Try again. Try again.
Well, guys, we're tucking tail. It's late, and we made a valiant run. I mean, it was a long night last night and all day today, but can't get her to fire up. Can't get her to try. Yeah, we've got 12 volts across the battery and 12 volts to the starter, but just doesn't even try to crank, as you guys saw.
Yeah.
We try. I think we only filmed 2 attempts. Then there was a subsequent hour of head scratching. We just didn't want to show you that because it was nothing to show you. But I guess we're gonna wrap it up for this weekend. It'll give us a chance to regroup, do a little research. But anyway, thank you guys for watching as always, and you know, let us know what you want to see. Like and comment and share and YouTube. I'm
Time
tired.
for bed.
I'm tired. Catch you guys in the next one.
Alright guys, so I don't know if this is going to be the intro of the next video, or maybe I'll tag this on to the end of the last video. But last week we ended on a really bad note. We got this thing thrown back together, got in it, it was 1 or 2 in the morning, we were super tired, we just wanted this thing to fire up and it just wouldn't even try to crank. We knew, I mean, it ran before we took it apart. It had blown a head gasket, that's why we took it apart. But we knew that this had to have been something we had done, and just we were too tired. We're not in the right frame of mind to try to troubleshoot. So about a day later, I realized what I had done that was stupid. And unfortunately, I only get a chance to work on this thing once a week. So when you realize you did something stupid, you have to wait you have a whole week for that to fester in your mind until I get a chance to come back and correct it. But I remembered the next day after I went back home, I never plugged in I think it's like a neutral safety switch, basically. The thing that keeps your car from starting if it's not in park or neutral, depending on, you know, automatic, manual, whatever it is. I never plugged it in. So the starter solenoid obviously would have voltage, like we said we tested, but it's never gonna send voltage to the starter because it doesn't know that you're in park. So, if you can grab the camera, Kayla. It took me all of about 2 minutes of poking around before I realized, wow, I can't find it. And I was like, oh yeah, I tucked it up for safekeeping. There it is, not plugged in. So this goes on a little spade on the starter solenoid, which you probably won't ever be able to see, but I have a feeling that once I plug this in and put it back together, fingers crossed, I think she's at least gonna try to start. Before we got absolutely nothing, which you saw at the end of the video. I think this time at least we should see signs of life. So I'm gonna plug that in, button her back up, and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay, hopefully this goes better than last week.